Hey guys, here's another build we're working on here. This is a 3 horsepower, 18,000 watt, 300 hertz spindle on a customized 60/40 frame. Your typical 60/40 comes with cross beams that are just this cheap, flimsy material. They come with one here and one in the back. We went with a solid 3/8 plate here, and in the back we actually went with a 1-inch thick plate that was machined, and we've got a top plate. We've replaced this top bearing plate, as you can see, a little bit of difference. Plus we made some changes and flipped some things around here. This has a dual bearing feature to have a little bit more support. We'll go ahead and change the bottom one too. The motor plate's custom. Basically everything's customized to make a very rigid gantry. And we're going with these hybrid servos. These are a 4,000 RPM. We actually had them for a custom build 3D printer. We're gonna go ahead and try them on this. But they are very fast, so we'll see how they work. Not as torquey as you'd expect, but we'll see how they work. I think there'll be plenty on here. I've actually seen people use these on bench mills, so I think will be more than sufficient here in this case. We'd originally went with them for a very large 3D printer build with ball screws for the high speed. But in this case, this particular build, they wanted additional speed and high-speed rapids on here, so we'll see how it goes. We're not using linear rails on here, but that could be an option. I could see potentially changing that out. Personally, if I was going to do linear rails, and I have several sets here, we probably could change it over pretty easy. We've got a couple of short sets we could do for the Z-axis, and you know, if I was going to do them across here, I think I'd probably do them on both sides for additional support. 2 down the center, 1 across the back. Yeah, there's a lot of different ways you can approach it. I think for this little machine, it's gonna be more than adequate. This one's gonna be cutting metal, you know, aluminum and steel. So it needed to have the extra rigidity and the ability to cut. These spindles do a fantastic job. That has no problem cutting through metal and steel. So. And as long as there's enough rigidity, you're not going to get any chatter. I've got one on my tool post, and it cuts and it doesn't chatter, and it's just hanging off a tool post. So to give you an idea, it doesn't take much. It's going to come down to the depth of the cut that you're going to take, and something like this, you're not going to be you're going to be doing shallow, fast cuts. So doing a lot of polymer and composite type cutting as well on something like this. So this is a good home-based system. And then, you know, if you want to expand the table later on, these components will certainly just move right over to a bigger table and be more than sufficient. You'll have to go to a longer ball screw and that kind of thing, but the motor and the servos should be just fine to move them over. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and stay tuned as we move along. We've got a lot of projects going on here, so as you can see, these things are going to take some time. There's a lot of things going on, so it takes a little while to get through them all. I hope you enjoyed it, and look forward to getting these completed to show you how they run.